Wait, the beer is coming out next week? It's coming out Tuesday, buddy. I signed no contract and I know it's dropping Tuesday, so fuck it. I don't fucking care anymore. It's dropping. I gotta tell you guys that.
Yep. I shouldn't expect a wingsuit. It's been a while since you pulled out the old wingsuit. Blackout?
Yeah. It has.
Okay.
I might bust it out next week.
Okay.
Just don't forget this conversation, gentlemen.
Oh, it won't.
Okay.
It's ingrained.
All right. Next week you're gonna see the wingsuit.
Okay. I respect it. It's like a bold prediction or something.
Yeah, I still play COD. I'm actually going to be playing COD this week for something.
Our Warzone gameplay with Nicky D is going to be comedy.
Or what?
Warzone gameplay with Nick.
Wait, why do you keep putting yourself in this category of you with me
Dude,
and my big red? Say please.
Please.
You can be Steve.
What's going on, everybody? This is dkdynamite, and it appears all the speculation about March 3rd being either the reveal or release date of Warzone ended up accounting to nothing except for the actual release of the new Tamagotchi watch, which was actually shown back in the Season 1 trailer of Modern Warfare, but for some reason didn't release until yesterday. As you guys also heard from those clips I put on screen, it seems like all of the new teases we're getting from various streamers are lining up pretty perfectly with the recent report that March 10th will actually be the official release of the free-to-play Modern Warfare Battle Royale. In this video, we're also going to be talking about a lot of pay-to-win mechanics, which will apparently be in Warzone if you own the full Modern Warfare experience. So definitely stay tuned for all of that. We also have the Mad Lad, the Gaming Revolution, who recently spoke with another YouTuber by the name of Legend of AK, and Legend of AK actually received a bunch of new information about Warzone, which we're also going to be breaking down here in today's video. But as you can see from the official description of the Tamagotchi watch, dinosaurs, fire-breathing dragons, and an evolving watch that will have you gaming the Warzone. Very clearly a hint for the upcoming Battle Royale, and it's probably just a tease from Infinity Ward, to be honest, because I'm sure they've seen all the speculation about March 3rd, and to be fair, I really do understand all the speculation about March 3rd, because there's a lot of in-game hints, you know, pieces of papers, TVs, calendars, blueprints, they have the date March 3rd on them. So people, you know, very clearly had that in mind. They were like, you know what, the teasers are in-game, it makes the most sense, and I fully respect that. However, most of those in-game items that have March 3rd on them were in the game since the release in October, and I don't think they at all had a release date for a Battle Royale in mind and set in stone ever since the release of the game. But it was definitely fun to speculate. As I said on stream recently, it would have made the most sense to release something on March 3rd, right? Either a release trailer or some type of announcement, even early gameplay of some sort, and then on March 10th officially release the Battle Royale to the world. That would have been great. You know, I even had an idea that March 3rd could have been the day where they release Warzone, people that own Modern Warfare, and then on March 10th, free to play for everybody else out there that doesn't own the game. But it doesn't seem like that's going to be the case. It seems like March 9th is going to be when the embargo lifts on early gameplay. We'll probably even see a trailer on that day as well. Then we'll have the release on the very next day. I'm not a big fan of that. I would have thought that maybe a solid 2 to 3 weeks of marketing would have been ideal for something this massive. But again, they're treating it like Apex. And many people out there reported over the past few weeks, Activision is treating this exactly like Apex. You'll have a reveal, early gameplay, and then boom, you know, in the snap of a finger, a day later, you have the actual release of the mode itself. Not that that isn't okay to do, I'm just not a fan of that structure, in my opinion. But you guys let me know what you think of that down below in the comments. We also have new information about missions that can be active for a squad at a time in the Battle Royale here. So when you find a tablet, there will be different mission types you can do in Warzone. We have tracked missions, timed run missions, assassination missions, so you have to eliminate a specific player, scavenger hunt missions where you have to collect different scavenger crates around the map, a domination mission where you capture different domination points, and you'll even have a random mission, so any one of those. If no bounty is available for the assassination mission, consolation plunder will be awarded. When a mission is started or completed, the entire squad will be notified by an on-screen message. So this is huge for me because I think this could be that grind factor or the replayability factor that can be very, very real in this battle royale, because I think with Blackout, one of the craziest points of replayability had to do with the character missions. The character missions not only encouraged me to make a bunch of guides and different videos and breakdowns, but it just allowed you to play the battle royale in a different fashion from just going in and trying to survive. I think that's really huge when it comes to Warzone, and I have no doubt in my mind that Infinity Ward has some plan in mind to make Warzone just as fun, if not more fun, than how Blackout was back within Black Ops 4. Now, the only part about Warzone that's gonna get a little messy and could be a bit controversial is gonna be the pay-to-win features. So apparently, there will be certain features that you just can't access if you don't own the full Modern Warfare experience. So there will be things you can buy with plunder, which I'll go over in a minute, but some of those things you can buy won't be available unless you own the full game, which again I do understand, because when it comes to owning the full Modern Warfare experience, there has to be some incentive to those players out there that do own the full game. I totally get that, but I was really hoping for a different route with that. Like I said earlier, maybe if you own Modern Warfare, you get to play Warzone a little bit earlier, maybe even a couple days, possibly a week, but it seems like instead of doing that, they're just gonna lock items behind a paywall. So the reason it could be considered pay to win is because there could be streaks that you buy with plunder, and plunder is obviously the in-game currency for Call of Duty Warzone. And again, some of those streaks that you could buy with plunder won't be available unless you own Modern Warfare. So keep this in mind as well. The armor system has been changed since the first build of Warzone. So there are no longer levels of armor as we had within Blackout. Instead, there are just up to 3 armor plates you can grab around the map, and you can have a total of 3, and each one is worth 50 HP. You start off a match of Warzone with 150 HP, and again, each plate is worth 50 more, so you can have a total of 300 HP in a game of Warzone. However, there won't be numbers on the HUD showing you how much health you have. You'll just have a health bar and an armor bar. So pretty similar to Blackout, but of course with a bit of a different structure, which I fully respect. I like them trying new things. Hopefully it works out, but I was also told that there was one build of Warzone that didn't feature health regen and instead had a similar bandage system to Blackout, and there's a newer build which YouTubers and streamers played recently that has automatic health regen, and according to Legends of AK, it does seem like the health regen build of Warzone will be the actual build that releases next week. So it's gonna be interesting to see how health regen works. Maybe the community won't like it and they'll add bandages back in, but luckily Infinity Ward does have multiple builds of Warzone ready in case they have to change things like that. But the minimap will also be playing a role in Warzone, which is really exciting. So you can actually buy a UAV with plunder. So as I said earlier, you could buy different kill streaks with plunder in Warzone, a precision strike being one of them, but the UAV to me is huge. It probably won't last that long, but this automatically fixes the camper problem. And one of the big issues with Warzone back when content creators got flown out before the release of Season 2 many weeks ago was that it was too camper friendly, a bit too slow for their liking, which is why Season 2 was delayed, and which is why the Battle Royale was pushed back a little bit, right? The cutscene for Warzone, or the in-game cinematic that teases Warzone, was featured right at the beginning of Season 2, which very clearly means that the Warzone's right around the corner, right? And it's been, you know, almost a month now since the release of Season 2, so it does seem like they had that cinematic ready, because Warzone was supposed to probably come out with the release of Season 2, but because content creators didn't like it the first time, but now like it the second time, changes had to be made. But it's exciting to know that the camper problem is being taken care of, and Infinity Ward definitely listened to the feedback of all the content creators that were flown out recently. But besides streaks, you can also buy gas masks to protect against the green gas, which is going to be the new collapse in the Warzone Battle Royale. You can also buy supply packages that have classes you can start the match off with. So preset classes you can hop into Warzone with, which I'm also being told could be one of the pay-to-win features if you own the full Modern Warfare experience, which could put people at a bit of a disadvantage. If you don't own Modern Warfare, you won't have the ability to hop into a match of Warzone with a decent preset class. And again, as many leakers have also also said when reporting on this, it's all subject to change. Take it with a grain of salt. In a matter of hours or even days, they could completely revamp that feature and change it entirely, or even remove it, right? We have no idea. There's plenty of things that were ready to release in Modern Warfare before the game came out, and in a matter of days before release, it was removed, and supply drops being one of them. So hopefully it's not behind a pay-to-win feature, but if it is, we'll have to see how the community reacts to that at some point soon. And you could of course buy armor plates or even convert plunder to XP. So the one issue with this is that there apparently won't be a exclusive ranking system in Warzone. So I'm like, alright, you convert it to XP, but what if you don't own the full Modern Warfare experience? How does your rank work? So I'm not too sure about that one, but again, if you do own the full Modern Warfare experience, you could just convert plunder to XP, which will obviously help your rank out in the base game. So again, we'll have to see how that actually affects people that don't own the main game. I'm sure they'll explain all of it in the next couple of days, actually, I would say, right? So if the embargo lifts on March 9th and there's really gameplay and there's trailers, I'm sure at least either when that happens or when the actual Battle Royale releases, you'll see plenty of Reddit posts and patch notes and new tweets from different devs explaining how all of this stuff will work. Again, it'll be interesting to see how long matches last of Warzone, because the current map size is pretty large, definitely bigger than Blackout, but it's currently being kept at 150 players. It's not at 200 like it was originally going to be because of different issues they had, but maybe one day they'll add in an LTM or they'll just open it up to 200 when it's more stable. But as of right now, it'll be 150 players. You have this respawn ability thanks to the Gulag Showers and the 1v1 and even Plunder. So I'm curious if these matches are going to last up to like half an hour. We just don't know yet. But let me know what you think of this down below in the comment section. This has been dkdynamite. How do you guys feel about these potential pay-to-win mechanics? What do you think about Plunder, the new armor system, and even the ability to call in a UAV, which really makes Warzone stick out in comparison to other battle royales like Blackout, PUBG, even Fortnite? Really hope you enjoyed, and peace out, everyone.